Danny
So-
switched rooms again on us.
No, it's the same room from last.
Just a little zoomed out.
No, I moved. Yeah, I moved up because Christmas gifts are all surrounded me.
Excuse me, those don't come till Saturday night when Santa brings them. Jeez.
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Well,
What-
he's
what
not.
the hell is happening?
He doesn't come in here, so
Sorry.
Fucking dick. What a dick that Santa Claus is.
What an asshole.
taking all the credit.
And he's like, I
He
work
does get a
overtime
lot
for
of-
these gifts. Fuck that guy.
I never forget one Christmas. I guess I got I forgot what gift it was. My mom's like, "Fuck this! I'm taking the credit for
Look, yeah, Santa got you everything else you got, but that one was me, bitch.
it." Basically, I don't remember what the
I made
gift
it
was.
myself. I went to the North Pole and made it myself.
Yeah, basically.
I'm the elf, motherfucker.
There was one year I got, was it the PS1 or the PS2? And we were off from school. And I remember I wake up and Melissa was like making up excuses as to where my mother was.
Oh.
My mom was like going to the GameStop or Best Buy at like 7 a.m. to line up to get this one thing, get the system for me.
Oh, jeez. Oh, shit. Excuse me.
Yeah, getting the PS1 was awesome because I had a Sega Genesis. So it's like huge.
Me too. Sega Genesis. Good system.
Yeah. It was a tank.
Yeah. But yeah, then I went to also PS1.
Yeah, and then PS2, I got it like right before freshman year, like at football, right before football camp. Or it was like right around my birthday when I got PS2.
I don't remember when I got the PS2.
I got NBA Street was my first PS2 game.
Shit.
And I'm sure I got Madden like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, I think I definitely got Madden.
Because I literally got Madden every year for like 15 years in a row. I think probably after like...
Yeah, Madden was
20...
the birthday gift.
Right.
Melissa would get me Madden every year for my birthday because it would always come out right around then.
Madden, when I was in college, was the tips from camp.
I think I got Madden every year, except for like there was one. I think Palomalu and Fitz were on the cover.
That was the best one.
I don't know why. That was like a system crossover. Like I had.
That was like 2 to 3, I think it was.
I think I had 2, and I didn't get a 3 or a 360 yet.
Oh, I had a 360.
Yeah, I went from PS2 to 360.
Yeah, that was 09.
Yeah, so I hadn't gotten a new system yet, so it was like the game didn't even come out for PS2.
Yeah, we
So
played
I had
that
to-
religiously in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, we religiously played that one. And I got mad and I spiked my friend's controller and I had to pay him $50.
Of course you did.
Yeah. I was highly drunk probably. And he was just not playing right, which was very annoying. I just got like fed up. Like, if you're gonna play real football. Like, don't do this bullshit.
I think what was my freshman year?
Danny was also known for being Army and beating Jason and I all the time. In
College football. I've heard those stories.
Yeah. Because I couldn't be anybody else. Because I would just mercy rule them. That was when Steve couldn't read his zone.
No, but yeah, people who reads the zone in Madden, no, honestly. You just pick a play and go.
Who actually picks the defense?
Oh, I always pick a defense. Anyway.
Let's get this thing started.
You want to hit the button?
Welcome. Episode 346. Danny, are you okay?
I think Danny's frozen like that.
Oh man, damn! I missed the screenshot. I'll have to get that
Damn,
replay
that was
screenshot.
perfect. That was so good.
What's up, Pops? Pops is here. We're gonna start with the somber news and and grow better. That's what we're gonna do. The somber news. Danny, you had the perfect freeze moment. So when we go back and get the video clip, we're gonna have to get that moment. You just have your hand over your head, like, "Oy vey."
Yeah.
But we're gonna start with the somber news first, and we'll work our way up to the better news. Of course, in the somber news being that of the passing of Pittsburgh Steeler great Franco Harris today.
All right.
What was his age? He was
72, ironically, yes.
72, and it just happened to be the week that they were going to be retiring his number on the 50th anniversary, which worked out pretty well, Christmas Eve, of the Immaculate Reception, while the Steelers hosted the Raiders.
Yeah.
Of course, our thoughts and prayers are with them and their families and the Steelers organization all over the place.
Like, when you watch NFL Network and you watch all the classic stuff and you always see the 70s Steelers, you always see Franco Harris and the Franco Italian army and everything else like that. So, yeah, he's one of the greatest, one of the GOATs. So, rest in peace to him. It's like weird, like I mentioned in the group chat today. It was just like how it was with Madden last year when Fox and all the other channels had that special on Christmas, and he literally died either, was it a couple days before or a couple days after? No, it had to be before.
After.
It was weird.
It was right around.
I think it was after.
No, I think it was before because it was like, oh wow, that's crazy timing.
No, it was like the day after, like came out and released, and the day after.
Regardless, it was one of them, and it was like how Betty White passed away
like, 3 days after Christmas.
And it was like 3 weeks before she turned 100. So just weird things, and they had like a show ready to go for her. So
they had the People magazine, I think it was.
Yeah, I think they also had like a birthday special or something, if I remember correctly.
You know what? My dad made an interesting point. The fact that they're first retiring his number right now.
Right.
Kind of interesting.
So
they do have other numbers
already.
Yeah, it's weird, but I'm sure it's just like every other team that has a Ring of Honor. Because behind one of the end zones,
So here it is. Officially retired numbers for the Steelers is Ernie Stooner from the 50s and Joe Green, and Harris was going to become the third guy, even though nobody has actually worn 32 since he left the team in 83.
Wow. Okay. So it was.
So they also have the unofficially retired numbers of 12, 36.
Got it.
12 is Bradshaw, 36 Bettis, 43 Palomalu, Mel Blount at 47, and Mike Webster at 52.
That's similar to the Packers. The Packers only have like 5 guys actually retired.
Dallas also similar.
Or 6 people actually retired. But then the rest are just in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, all the 88s for the Cowboys are all basically Ring of Honor guys.
Right.
That'd be interesting. Would you guys put Dez in the Cowboy Ring of Honor?
No.
No. He just misses.
Absolutely not.
If he catches the ball in Green Bay,
we still go down and have time to score a touchdown.
You still give him the MVP plenty of time to go down the field. But look at the bright side. If he catches that ball and you don't score.
The Giants have 14. Giants have 14 numbers retired.
Right. And you don't score, then you don't have to suffer through Seattle the next week.
That's a decent trade-off, I'll be honest.
Cricket.
I might have.
Because then you get to watch your dad suffer with the 14-point lead. And Dez gets to yell at the random guy who jumps in front of him on the onside kick. And
Flashbacks.
Remember,
I'll
at the
never
end
get
of the day, Russell threw the ball in that Super Bowl at the 1 yard line.
I'll never get over that game.
Yeah, neither has Richard Sherman.
Neither has
he's
Russell Wilson.
still
He's
furious.
been crap since that game.
No, he hasn't.
He's been good, but like
MVP.
here's an
Caliber.
interesting question.
Who? Russell Wilson?
He's been MVP caliber
So
since that moment.
Won one playoff game.
Well, that sucks on him, but
It was against.
Well, at least he doesn't have to worry about playing in the playoffs again in Denver.
It was against somebody shitty. I forgot. It was like Josh McCown or something.
That doesn't count.
Oh, the Eagles. Yes.
I don't. Since the Legion of Boom left, they have one playoff win, and it's somebody shitty.
I think it was the Eagles. I'm pretty sure, and because they knocked out Wentz or Foles, and then McCown had to play. If I remember correctly.
Maybe.
This was an interesting question the other day. Is Russell a Hall of Famer?
Wilson?
Russell Wilson a Hall of Famer?
Not right now.
See, it's getting crazy because all the numbers of how passing is, we have to figure some sort of barometer to get there. Right now, I would say no, but I think that's also recency bias. I think if he lights it up in Denver right now, we would say yes.
I agree with Danny.
He's always been consistent up till this year. So
my biggest comparison.
I think it's recency bias.
You know, and it's a different game, of course, now. But my comparison I brought up was Phil Simms not being in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Right? They call one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best, at least giant quarterbacks, right? And actually, I just found the site.
Because our offense.
But Russell Wilson lost the Super Bowl, and my dad goes, "Well, Simms has 2 rings, but only won one. Technically, played in one."
Right.
Yeah.
So technically, they both have the same.
23rd all time in passing yards.
Really? Wow. That's a lot worse.
And that was the other argument I made. That was the other argument that I made.
And he's gonna probably pass Unitas and Montana by the end of the season. He's maybe not Montana, but he's got 39, 864. Unitas has 40, 239. So another 2 or 3 games, he'll be past Unitas.
So I also brought up the point of it's a different game. When Phil played, it was turn the ball and hand the ball off a lot more. Now it's more of who's going to pass the ball the best.
Well, that was also, I don't think Simms is a Hall of Famer.
But this is like the same thing we were saying Matt Stafford before he won the Super Bowl last year.
But with Stafford, at least the stats were there to be like, all right. But he's going to be in the same breath before the Super Bowl as Rivers and all the other quarterbacks of our generation that
but the difference between him and Rivers is Rivers was winning division titles while the Lions were winning 3 games a year.
We have to look at full, because we can't just look at passing yards and go, these guys are the best.
Right.
Do you know who's 7th all time right now? Take a guess.
It was.
He's currently playing.
The way you said it, it's obviously not Rodgers.
Brady.
What?
Brady's number 1.
Yeah. You said number 7 though.
I did.
Number 7, I would guess Kirk Cousins.
You're not that far off. Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like we're just gonna sit
Kirk
here
Cousins
and go,
throws the ball 90% of the time throughout the day.
Matt Ryan's a top 10 quarterback in the history of the league. No.
Right.
Rodgers is 9th. So, okay. Stafford is 11. Joe Flacco is 19. It's like, I don't know.
All right, you want to talk about craziness? The Nets just put up 91 points in the first half of a basketball game.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christmas!
But
Against
half
what
the
happened to the Warriors?
half the team's injured.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
But the only two people that aren't playing. Oh well.
No, Wiggins
guess
isn't
Curry's
playing.
not.
Steph or Clay.
Clay's definitely out. I see he hasn't entered the game, but he's dressed.
I
Curry's
think
not even
Wiggins.
dressed.
Yeah, Curry's hurt, and they're terrible on the road for whatever reason this year. The Knicks held them under 100 last night, so that's good.
And put up
Kyrie
130. Did they just not play defense?
Yeah, very much.
I guess not.
Let's say to you,
You know what's crazy about the NBA when talking about this? There's no real team in the league right now where you're like, oh, this team's going all the way. Or
well, the
all right, these are
Celtics.
the Celtics. I'm gonna get the standings. The Bucks are actually a half a game better than the Celtics. You know, the Nuggets and Grizzlies are both playing well. But like, if you look throughout the league, like,
right,
you know, minus Charlotte, Detroit, and Houston, Antonio, everybody's got 13 plus wins.
And the Knicks have a 9-game winning streak. Well, 8-game. Hopefully, by the time we're listening, is 9. They're down at halftime while we're watching.
Yeah.
And the Nets are on a 7-game. So at the end of this game,
this is like
they badly choke. It's
this is like the greatest time of our era of New York sports, like just in general.
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
Minus this like moment area.
Yeah. Today, the Rangers have
right now.
So Rangers have a 7-game winning streak too, right?
No, they lost last night. Didn't they lose last night?
Yeah, they did though.
They did have a 7 out of last 8. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Islanders are coming back to the Garden with, you know, exactly what you wanted.
And that is
3 points out of the 3 points in this West Coast trip. Should have got more with Phoenix, but whatever.
They lost to the Coyotes, and they lost.
Oh no!
They lost a 0-0 game
to the Avalanche.
They had
who
less
have no
scoring
players.
than they lost to less scoring than the World Cup final.
No, the World Cup final was really fun.
But they lost 0-0 in a shootout, but to the Avalanche, whose entire roster is hurt. They actually have no people.
Well, that's
Stanley Cup hangover to the extreme, huh?
That's Kel McCarr's fault for saying, "Hey, we don't want a power play because I fell on my own like an idiot."
He did do that.
You can do that.
I've ever seen that before.
Barzell,
Barzell was
they were like
near
turning
him.
in the corner, and
they were going around the net.
Was on him, and they called a trip. The ref put his hand up, and McCarr said, "No, I fell on my own," and they took the penalty away because he did fall on his own. It wasn't a trip.
Crazy because on top of that, earlier this year there was a moment where they called a high sticking penalty on Matt Barzell. And they reviewed it because the guy was bleeding and they thought he swung his stick on it. And they took the penalty off the board because after they reviewed it, they realized his own guy hit him in the face.
Yeah.
And I was like, we could do that now? Yeah, I would just start lifting guys' sticks into other people's faces the whole game.
We could do anything now.
So
Sorokin did make 42 saves that night.
Is Romo a Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't think so.
But he's the same thing. He was like top 40 in passing yards.
If he went on that one Super Bowl run, he would have been.
Or just didn't get hurt all those years. Did he play a full season?
If he had,
did he play 16 games a year all in his career?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, every year they just missed the playoffs, or they actually made the playoffs. It's like Dak. Every other year with them. Other than those 3-year period, they finished 8-8 every
year. As a starter. All right. So 2007, he started 16 games of 16. 2008, he only did 13. 2009 was 16. 10 was the collarbone year. Because he only played in 6.
Then he played 16.
So he did play. You know, it felt like he played a lot less. 16, 16, 15. So he missed 1, 15, missed 1. And then the 4, and then Dax's rookie year.
And the 15 in 2014, I think he sat.
That last game.
Yeah, because they didn't need him.
Right. Sounds about right.
They went 8-8. Shocking.
If Romo had that one playoff run or 2 playoff runs like Eli, he would have gotten it.
They were
'Cause the
already
stats are there.
eliminated.
Well, 2014 was the year we're talking about the desk catch. He was third in the MVP voting. He was
That was the year.
Yeah, fifth in Offensive Player of the Year voting. Went to the Pro Bowl. That was the year.
It was what all-time passing, you said, Vin?
I think it was 38.
Okay, so that probably would have held him back.
Yeah, 38, I think.
Danny Kerry Collins is number 20.
Or he had 38,000. It was
That's all you got to.
like that.
That's all you got to say. Because on it, realistically, he only had 4 years of legitness. And
Yeah,
that,
38.
even that was
Romo.
Kerry Collins, and even that
Oh,
was, even that was pushing.
Kerry
it.
Collins, number 20. Love it.
He had
And I liked him.
those years in Oakland. He just threw the ball down the field the whole.
Oh
every
yeah, I
game.
forgot about those 2 years too because of Randy Moss.
He literally just chucked the ball 50
2 or
yards down the
3
field
years,
because
yeah.
that was the years they were just drafting the fast.
And then he
guys
held
and
on
ball
for
run
the
quarterback.
last 2 years.
This, if you look at Kerry Collins' stats, it's actually hilarious.
He
2006.
was a very serviceable quarterback when he was a jump.
He starts 3 games, goes 0-3. 2007,
For the
he starts
Titans,
1
right?
game. Yeah, starts 1 game,
Titans.
1-0. 2008, they go 13-3 or 12-4. He starts the whole season, and then he starts
Right.
6 games, 7 games, 3 games. That one random season, what the hell happened?
James is right with Romo. He had a lot of comeback games. He 100% did. For sure.
I just felt like every year he would miss games, Romo, on a year-to-year basis.
Well,
I think it was like an every other year thing. That's just what the Cowboys are, for whatever reason.
He ran when he probably shouldn't have, and
here's a good
he
question
always
for you.
played
James.
hurt,
dude.
unless he couldn't.
Is
He always played
Dak
tough too.
the guy? Because you've hit that point where you got to start thinking
Now?
cap space. Are you thinking
not
long
getting rid of
term with
Dak.
him, or are we thinking
Didn't he already get paid?
Yeah,
he got
he's in
paid?
that.
But you're at the point where you got to start looking at his contract as a cap thing, because CD's got to be paid soon.
Nah, I think he's in that level that you got to play him, and it was an unfortunate injury this year, and
Oh, he only
gonna
had
have-
last year, so it's okay.
yeah, I think. Well, that was 2 years ago. People forget. Kind of crazy.
So
It is
he's got
very-
to out into after not this season, but next season. He has a $49 million cap
also
hit
jumps.
next year.
Yeah.
From 19 to 49, but he has an out
well,
the year after that.
Like I
is
think
that Jesus Christ, these guys $90
I don't-
million dead cap if they cut him.
yeah, well, because they know they're not
And-
going to cut him.
It also makes sense to keep. It made great sense to keep him at 19 cap hit this year because it was 108 if they cut him before the season.
All right, so
Jesus.
with the Dak Prescott thing, I think you got to keep him because who else are you going to sign? Realistically,
Tyler Heineke,
no.
Yeah, I think he's too good.
Mike White.
This is Jay Cutler.
Mike White.
They had their
His
they
boy-
had their Hon, you
his
just say
boy,
Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler, it was the same thing. Jay Cutler was a free agent, and
Oh.
it was the Bears were like, well, we can't really do anything else.
See,
So we
I
have
don't
to pay
think
you.
Dak's bad. I think if his wide receiver caught the ball on Sunday,
No,
they
I
would
don't
have
think-
taken a pick six.
Yeah, Sunday was not his fault. But he does. I don't know.
He's not. He's not.
I wish I was in
He does
Jacksonville for those
enough.
cheesesteaks though.
He does enough, but he's not like like the lower tier of a franchise quarterback, but he could definitely, if the Cowboys get hot tomorrow, they could make a run to the Super Bowl, and you wouldn't be shocked. Like we did this combo a couple weeks ago, remember, Vin, or a couple years ago, of we can picture him win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think he might be like the floor of the guys I can see win. But
he's in the middle of the tier.
It's also one of those situations where it's like we tend to do this with quarterbacks that we don't do with any other like.
And
athlete.
we also know McCarthy loves to choke.
That's true. I mean, yeah. But we do this with quarterbacks. Like if you aren't
last year's playoff game, that was on him because he brain farted. And,
but like if we talk about them like if you're not Mahomes, or you're not Josh Allen, or you're not Herbert, like you stink. Like if you're not elite, you stink. There's no middle.
Yeah, but let's see, that's insane.
And I think he's he's higher in the middle, but he's in the middle.
Right, he's from the 7 to 15 range.
Sure, yeah, that's.
I think you cut off Burrow. I think Burrow would be the perfect cutoff because you have obviously we're gonna go Mahomes. We go Mahomes.
Yeah, you suck.
Mahomes,
Daniel.
Allen.
You suck.
He was complimenting Dag.
No, that was 100%. That was 100% a compliment.
Pat Allen,
Burrow,
Herbert.
I'm not going in order. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, I'm just throwing people out too.
You guys are putting Herbert in that class with the other three.
Talent-wise, I think so.
It's there.
It's the curse of the San Diego of the Chargers.
Yeah, he's just
on the Chargers.
Yeah, he just needs to get out of Charger land.
Same thing happened to Rivers.
Yeah, and I would put Rivers in the same category as fucking all these people.
Let's think this one through. You're definitely putting.
Are we talking? What are we talking about? Quarterbacks you want on the field right now?
Yes,
basically
the top 5 quarterbacks in the league.
In the league right now, even with the bad year, I would want Rodgers on the field.
But is he a top 5 quarterback today? I don't think so.
I think he might be, Danny.
You know what's
I think he might be 5.
Talking about that, we're talking about that, and also like you look at a guy.
I think
like
I throw
Brady,
in
right?
Hurts. I think I throw in Hurts this year just because of what he's done this year.
Pre-injured shoulder, yes. Right now, Hurts is your MVP.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
unless he doesn't play another game.
Unfortunately, Mahomes is going to win it, but you're right.
If Hurts doesn't play another game, it's going to take him out of it. Of course, they'll push it back. It's the same thing like Wentz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same thing with
Mahomes is throwing over like 400 yards a game the last couple of weeks.
Right. No. The same thing with stats we were talking about. The top 5 in yards are Pat, Herbert, Burrow, Allen, and Brady is number 3.
Yeah, well, they don't run the ball.
I know, but then it's like
have a running game.
Kirk, Gino, Jared Goff.
They're waiting on playoff. They're waiting on playoff Burnett to show up, and he'll just run the ball there. See, that's the funny thing about like Brady. They may not be winning games, but they have a team that can literally go on a run in Tampa because they've all been together, so they can go on a run.
I don't
and
see
it.
it.
Wouldn't surprise.
I don't see it,
but
no, I thought the same thing, and I don't think it anymore.
Because the way I'm looking at it is, you're basically
Todd
in
Bowles
the range
is such a
of
terrible
Peyton.
coach.
The end of Brady. You're in the Brady. Peyton Manning's career. Similar.
Todd Bowles is such a terrible coach.
Yeah.
I was listening. Yeah, you guys listened last week? Gronk was on the Entourage podcast.
No, I have not listened to that podcast.
So it was actually really good, and he even said, because they were joking about him coming back this year, and he even said like there are a few guys that if I got a call, I would actually play for, and on his list was the Giants right now. His first tight end coach is the head coach of the New York Giants, right? Yeah, and he said this guy would literally bring in Jeopardy to teach us to the playbook.
There you go.
Like he said, he's never had more fun with a coach since him, and it basically is why he's never liked the meetings and everything since he left. So like,
can't help him laugh.
And I'm like, damn it, Gronk! If we had the cap space and we were
Yeah,
actually a
that's
contender.
all tongue in cheek.
And we were actually a contender.
He was so
But
washed
he
last
said,
year. He was
listen, I
beyond
could take
washed.
a moshed him and teaching Bellinger some stuff over
I don't
other
disagree with
guys.
that, but he's all talk with that.
You know what? It's funny. He can't do it because it's him and because of what he's done. Danny, you always laugh when I bring this guy up. Gronk could be a perfect Mercedes Lewis right now. Mercedes Lewis is just a sixth offensive lineman. Gronk was blocking like hell.
100%.
He was demolishing people, but he just can't. It's not like you still
can't route run anymore.
His gravitas is like
Obviously-
you're gonna want to throw him the ball, and it's just not there.
Obviously, see, tonight's a big top 5 episode. Top 5 tight ends
of all time for sure.
5, yeah, you have to.
I think in my
but
head,
to see the
like
craziest thing is your dad's head's gonna spin because obviously you got to go Kelsey, you got to go him,
See,
you got to go.
Do you put Kelsey
Witten.
up there?
Oh,
already?
If you're going
100%.
all time,
Yes.
if you're
He
going
has
all
10,000
time,
yards.
Witten's on the list.
He's a 10
But
top.
but here's the question: is your list receiving tight end or all around tight end?
Okay, fine. We're gonna. I mean,
Because if you're gonna break it down to all around tight end, yes, Kelsey's still in the top 5, but I think he's like 5. But Witten's like top 3 of all time.
I would say
I don't think Witten's top 3 because top 5.
I would say
because,
he's 5. I think
because
in any
you
order
have
you want.
you have Winslow and Tony Gonzalez,
Gonzalez, Gronk,
Antonio Gates,
Kelsey, Antonio Gates, and I put Witten with Kellen Winslow. Like that's
right.
That's
obviously
the 6
we
people.
never saw Kellen Winslow play.
No, but
from
I
everything
have
we've heard,
for him.
but everything we've heard.
And then like right outside, you get your Bavaros and
Shannon Sharp, those guys.
Well, yeah,
like right there.
Shannon,
Sharp, yeah,
way higher than Bavaro.
But if we're looking at the
who was the cult tight end in all those years?
Dallas Clark? No.
But I'm saying if we're looking at it statistically, like Clark's gonna pop up, Jimmy Graham's gonna pop up.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Graham had that couple year stretch with Breeze.
Jimmy Graham in New Orleans had that stretch.
Yeah,
right. Not in Green Bay, but he had the stretch in.
No, we didn't. His Green Bay career didn't exist.
No, he had like a couple games.
He basically went on vacation again.
He had one catch in the one playoff game they won in 2019 to seal the game. And I still don't know how he caught it, but it was the one good play he made.
We mentioned Gates. Gates is definitely a top
Gates
5.
is up there too.
Yeah. He's all-time touchdown guy, isn't he?
I think it's Gonzalez.
Yeah, I think it's Tony. I think Travis Kelsey mentioned it was him a couple weeks ago. But Kelsey did have over 10,000 yards receiving, so you can't really not put him in the top 5.
By the way, I just saw a zoom in on the Nets head coach right now, or interim coach, whatever they're calling him these days.
Bond,
yeah. Gates
he
is
looks
number
like a
one.
young Byron Scott.
It's Gates, then Tony Gonzalez, then Gronk,
it is Gates,
then Jimmy Graham, and then Witten is 4th all time in touchdowns.
Right.
So Witten has the most. No, Gonzalez is the most catches. Witten 2nd.
See the thing with
Witten 2nd in yards.
Gates and Graham were they were the guys you threw. They were the rebounder, the NBA rebound, the college basketball guys that you drafted late to rebound in the end zone.
Literally
and figuratively.
So, and also, Graham was what 7'2". It seems like.
No, he was like 6'5".
I think it was like 6'8".
Yeah, but like still super. That's super tall.
6'8".
For a
he might have had the highest vertical of all of them, to be honest.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, they literally created an anti-celebratory rule for him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, yeah, he broke the.
He was 6'7". But the fucking dunking over the goalpost.
That was insane.
Speaking of really tall people, one of them placed their face for the New York Mets. No, Correa's 6'4". He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah, it's why.
Danny, what do you think Jeff McNeil's gift is going to be if he goes? Ben and I were having this conversation. So he had number 1 in Houston, and he had number 4 in Minnesota.
Well,
so
SNY had the Photoshop of him wearing 4.
Everybody had the Photoshop of him wearing 4, but let's say he shows up and goes,
He
"Hey,
wants
Jeff."
one again.
This will be Jeff's
mean,
like 5th time changing numbers.
He's
by
gonna
the
be
way.
like Jeff Fiegels.
Right, but Marte gave him a watch. How he's just going to be changing numbers to collect watches? I don't know what number Otani wears, but pick that one next so you can get another watch next
Like
year. And
Jeff Fiegels
keep
had
going.
Eli and then Plexico back-to-back years.
Yeah.
So I forgot which order it was.
Oh wait,
but
he gave up 68
one-
because nobody wanted number 68.
Well, yeah, that was a September call.
He probably should go back to 68. Like nobody's going to take
Right.
his number.
But I
You
think
don't have to worry.
I think McNeil winning the batting title, he has enough cliche to be like, no, I'm not.
I feel like
I agree.
Correa is going to be like, listen, I wore 4 the last year. I'm fine with keeping it. And
Correa, sorry, Boris also
So
in his stupid Boris.
wait, we
way,
got to hope he passes this physical first before we're worrying about
I
it.
know, but he said he made one of his classic sarcastic Boris comments, and he said, because he told the story that he told Correa and Correa like pushed him on across the room or something, like he was so excited, and he said C4 can be explosive, as in
there you go.
Carlos 4. So I think he's sticking with 4.
So
Boris is already thinking about all the promotions. Though that isn't that a energy drink C4?
yes, so there you go.
There you go.
We're getting ad deals.
So that was so crazy this morning. I guess
I
you
literally
were
wake up
you
and I
didn't
see
answer
you
me.
and Brian text me, and I'm like, why are these guys texting me in the middle of the night? And I'm like, what happened? Something either really bad happened for one of them, and something crazy happened with the other one, or something is insanely happening, and they just randomly texted me, and I'm like, and Brian's like, sorry for texting you so early, but Uncle fucking Stevie, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Because I thought he was talking about me with his daughter, and then Dan opened there,
Oh
he's like,
yeah, so you have that caveat.
Forgot about that.
No, I just wrote wow. Because with me, I obviously like everybody, like a normal sane person. If you don't need your phone, you put it on silent. Because Nicole has her phone.
Mine
not
goes on to
silent.
sleep mode.
Okay, yeah.
Mine just goes on
That's what I
sleep
meant.
mode, and then I have like, you guys can reach me if you need like emergency
Okay.
contact.
Got it.
Sure.
Yeah, I just do not disturb.
Same.
So I get to my alarm and I see my friend Mike, who is a TSA agent down in Orlando. So he has like that early morning shift, and he texts me Correa, just Correa. I'm like, you don't have to expand on that. He goes Mets, and then he wrote the contract. I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to Twitter, and then I'm like, holy shit, and then that's when I literally did the whole text chain. I didn't care if I was waking anybody up. Just like, this is nuts. And then it was periodically as the hour and the hour and a half and then the 2 hours came along. It was just like, holy shit. Is this real life?
It's real.
This is like,
It's real.
It's real.
It's
So we bashed him 2 weeks ago, but John Heyman completely redeemed himself for the arson judge.
Arson judge.
Yo, so what was it? 6 days and like 7 minutes. They had
They had Judge
Aaron
for
Judge
7
and Aaron
minutes
Judge.
between the arson judge and then he was wrong
Correa
tweet. And then they had Correa for 6
Correa
So-
being a giant. That's crazy.
I'm jumping to it, but it was kind of funny. I don't know if we believe it or not, but Aaron Judge said that he was on a plane when all that happened. So that must have been
Coming back.
fun. Oh, turning on his phone.
Oh,
and all
when the Heyman stuff happened.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
See,
I'm gonna
So-
say no to James's comment as of this moment. I would like another bat. They're looking into other bats, of course. We already talked about the cheap option of Conforto. But the reason I'm gonna say no
I
is
think he
because
comes.
it looks like I think we're carrying 3 catchers.
Well, so okay.
So
I'm
I have
I'm
a weird
hoping
feeling we're gonna end up with 3 catchers. So one of them is gonna end up, and it's gonna be Alvarez to DH, in my opinion.
right. That's what I'm gonna say because Nito is so important.
Sound behind the plate.
Yeah.
Right.
How has Navarro been the last couple of years? Because I know he's good and very serviceable. We obviously paid him a lot of money for that, but
He better be
He's a
serviceable.
he has good framing metrics, they say.
well, that's
You know, that shit, whatever that is.
How do you metric? Never
I don't know how they do it. I don't know.
they metric everything.
They metric whatever. but
But
he has good metrics of defense.
so what I wanna do is if we don't resign Conforto, I would love to see Beatty compete to platoon in left field, because obviously that would be huge for us.
It was interesting. Last night I sent you guys a tweet about Mauricio.
Yes, Mauricio would be huge too.
Yeah.
Was he playing? What was he? Left field also? Was that
No,
what
he was
they said
playing
it was?
second. He was playing second. But Beatty can play left field.
Which is
Well,
huge. I didn't know that.
He had been playing some
So
left
I'm
field
like, oh
in
fuck.
He
high
did.
school.
He did play.
definitely
He
losing
did play
that.
some. He definitely did play some
So,
outfield.
DH wise, to answer who's the
DH wise, it's gonna be
I
obviously.
think
Oh, he played second.
I think it's
Mauricio played
I think it's Escobar at the moment. I
It's
think
gonna
he
be
just
it's gonna
slides
be the
into being
combo
your
of
DH.
Escobar. It's gonna be the combo of Escobar, Vogelback, and Pete.
Yeah.
Vin, you'd be able to answer this. Did Escobar play first base ever?
I don't think
believe
so.
so.
He's too
Okay.
short to play.
No
first
one,
base, I
no
think.
one brought that up today.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, does he own a first? Because let's face it, you know what's crazy about it is Correa basically says goodbye to Luis Camore.
Yeah, which
You don't
sucks.
need two of them.
No,
You don't
I
need
don't
both
think
of
you
them.
do.
No, it's a bummer, but
It might. It might.
You don't need two utility infielders on your bench.
I'm just looking quick. Very early, there's some sevens in here, so he played some left field. But since 2018, it's just been second, third, and short. A little bit of short even. So just second and third for us, really. For Escobar. Right, so Guillaume might not be around because you have Escobar. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. But you know what? He was very
Well,
serviceable.
one of them could end up being.
But I still think Escobar is more of a better trade chip. So
he could be, yes. I'm gonna tell you my story of this morning. So yeah, I wasn't at work today.
that's why I'm shocked.
I tested
you
positive
didn't
for
answer
COVID
right
over
away.
the weekend, so I've been home the whole week.
You did. Oh, you tested positive. You said for
Yeah, I tested
COVID?
positive on Saturday. I had 103 fever. I was out of it the whole weekend. I'm pretty much better now, but it's 5 days, so you have to wait. So
I was shocked. I'm like, why isn't Vin texting me?
Right. So I
weird.
woke up at like 7:30, and I see text messages and tweets, and all I saw was just the name Carlos. And I honestly, people are going nuts. I was like, why are people we traded Carrasco? Why are we just going nuts? Like that we were talking about doing this for weeks already. And then I finally see what the fuck actually happened. And yeah, it was insane. I do agree. Escobar's probably gone now that I say that. So they still need a fourth outfielder, regardless of whatever. They still need to get a fourth outfielder.
I think it's gonna be Conforto because of Boris, and we're like, all right, we gave you a lot of money this offseason, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm joking,
obviously.
We're keeping him employed.
But I'm excited about Correa, obviously, but it was just it just doesn't seem real yet, and it's crazy that the Mets are just not saying no to where we are in the cap. Well, not cap, but just
not yet.
the amount of money. It might become a cap sport after this offseason, but
I am curious about what happened with the Giants.
Yeah, I'm very I joked with one of my friends that would Correa have a third leg or a third arm that we don't know about.
I don't know.
And then other reports said it was a childhood injury, that it was not a big deal. I saw that surfacing. I don't know. It was just bizarre. Obviously.
It is very strange.
But he's a Met now for the next 12 years, so he better be good.
Yeah.
It feels weird with this team. It's win. I don't care at what course, and if we find a way to do a Mets thing, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be really bad.
Yeah,
there's no in between of oh yeah, it's the Mets. It's still a great
real.
year.
No, shit's real.
No, if you don't make it to the NLCS, hell, even the World Series, and don't win it, it's terrible.
I think you have to get to the NLCS at least.
Realistically, yes, but right now, unfortunately, we're in that only win mode, which is fine. But
Yeah,
it's crazy to even feel that way.
but like then the NL is gonna be crazy, man.
NL's ridiculous. It's really gonna be
Like
nuts.
you can't think the Dodgers are gonna be that much worse, and the Padres are still there.
And then our division,
our
let alone, we could
division's
easily
insane.
finish third, and we could still have like 100 win, or like close to 100 wins.
Yeah,
I mean, I would be pissed if we don't win the division, obviously, but
I'm interested to see what
Philly,
the Braves
Braves.
changes. I mean, they
Yeah.
lost like two of their best hitters, to be
Right.
completely honest,
right.
and they got
That's the Braves. So
the dude they
they'll
got from the
figure something
A's
out.
is pretty good, the catcher, but
Oh yeah, they stole him.
yeah, but
It's going to be interesting to see what the Phillies do with their manager all season long.
yeah, because it's not like was Girardi that bad?
Well, apparently,
It's crazy.
My friend said yes, by the way. He definitely thinks that it was Girardi that was bad.
he
In
just
Philly.
didn't fit there. I guess
It's crazy.
simple as that. I mean, until we had Buck, I would have taken him in a heartbeat. So.
Me too. Man, that was just insane.
It's just
Right, we all wanted Buck.
Right. I'm not.
Not Buck, we wanted Girardi. We ended
Yeah.
up with
James. He did get an extension
I mean,
after taking them
after they went to the World Series, I would guess.
But I think they gave it to him a little bit before, or unless that was like a rumor.
I think they gave it to him right before the playoffs. Like a week or so before the playoffs.
Can I be honest with you? I don't know his name.
It's Thompson. Rob Thompson.
Rob Thompson? Okay.
Guy from
Nickelback?
Yeah, it is Rob Thompson.
Not Nickelback.
Oh no, Matchbox Funny.
Yeah. Is that who that is?
That's Rob Thomas, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Right.
yeah. Good call. Close enough.
Yeah, close. I agree, close enough. On October 10th, the Phillies removed the interim
There you
tag
go. So
and gave him a
before the
2-year
playoffs.
contract. Yeah.
So literally like
I guess that was after they won the first round.
Give or take.
it extended this year.
No, I'm saying it was October 10th.
Didn't
was when they
the
did it.
season ended like a week later than normal? So
Oh, right. So it might have been. I'm gonna go back real quick. Yeah, it was the 10th.
it's in the ballpark.
It was Columbus Day. We lost the day before Columbus Day, so they had already won the wild card round.
Okay.
I mean, I just remember not having to go to work after we lost. For fucking nonsense.
Yeah, I don't get off for Columbus Day.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we closed for Columbus Day instead of and excuse me, it's no longer Columbus Day. It's
Indigenous Peoples Day.
It's Indigenous People Day.
My calendar has both. I'm special.
We get that day off instead of Juneteenth.
Oh,
No, mine says both too. Yeah.
All the calendars say both. It's also the same day as Canada Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly.
Anyway,
so I'm excited about the Mets. Obviously, let's see what they do with the.
It's really funny though. My friend said it like that post cover at the end of the Yankee season. The Mets got 3 of the 4.
Yeah.
The Mets literally.
Who's gonna piss off? Who's gonna piss off Steve Cohen next offseason?
We just need one guy.
It's tough.
Max
we
needs
need
to opt out.
Max needs to opt out and leave, and it's like, fuck it, Ohtani, get your ass in here now.
Right. I do want to say this. I really hope this doesn't hurt us re-signing Pete or McNeil in a couple years.
I don't think
it shouldn't.
I don't think he gives a shit.
Yeah.
He's literally like, oh, you guys want to make a money roll against me? Here's another couple billion.
I just wanted to make it known now that I know I'm not the only one, but
you're 100% right. But again,
But then again, he gave Nimmo all that money.
When
So
you talk
we
about
shouldn't be
that,
worried.
Pete's getting paid next offseason. You got to realize that because he's got
He
2 more
should.
years of
He
control.
should like tomorrow.
He should be paid now.
That's what I'm saying.
What would be better than in the middle of the Correa concert? They're just like,
I think
oh,
they
by the
have
way,
to
we also gave Pete
wait.
$100 million.
Like Pete's the next Met captain, I think.
Because when they were,
you can sign him and make him the captain right now because he's been here.
I don't want to be cliche because the Yankees did it with Judge, but if you're gonna go that route, you can absolutely
sign him right now and do it.
The only long-term money.
Yeah, that's the one good thing about our with the Mets right now.
Well,
honestly,
we keep saying that it's now only is like 5 guys.
Because it's Nimmo, Correa, and Lindor right now are the only.
I mean, you have to consider Diaz kind of long term. It's 5 years of that.
Okay, so but you'll have
5 years.
But you have 2 years left,
right?
With the other 2 guys.
We also don't have anything.
But like we're talking
right
now,
we don't know the full details. By the way, of the Correa deal. Right now, it's just the 12 years and the money.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. We don't know if there's an out. I'm sure there's a no trade clause. I think in San
Yeah, all
Francisco
those
he
have.
had an out.
I don't know.
I don't remember if he had.
But also, like any money, like yearly wise, right? Escobar and Canna they leave, and then their money can just get moved
right
to be one of their contracts.
And then we have 2 more years with Marte, which is huge.
Right.
So. It would be cool to have Conforto again. I wouldn't hate it.
That'd be nice. Because they do need a 4th outfielder, but I think at this point it's going to be a defensive mind.
Right.
We are almost at the point where we're just getting the entire Puerto Rican team for the World Baseball Classic.
If only we would have kept Javi Baez.
Okay.
And Seth Lugo.
Remember and Seth Lugo was
Puerto Rico. Was
literally their ace.
Puerto Rican. It's been real Puerto Rican.
How about that? The Dodgers were apparently looking at Lugo to be a 4th starter on their team, 4th or 5th starter.
Well, he's doing for the Padres.
The Padres are like, no, you're going to stay in the bullpen and come sign with us.
No, isn't he starting for the Padres?
Is he?
I think so. I thought that's what they said.
No, I know No. Why would he start for them? Right now, they have Musgrove, Darvish, Snell, Mahina, and Clevenger next year.
So maybe not. I don't know.
I don't really see a reason to start him.
I
think he's the safety net for Hader.
If that's their safety net, they got more problems than that.
But think about it. They said the biggest issue they had with Hader was he'd pitch a game or pitch 2 innings and then be trash the next night.
I don't know what's up with him because he was doing that a lot in Milwaukee where he would get like 3 inning saves and they were using him twice a week or something. So I don't know.
They overuse him.
I don't know what his thing is, but then he didn't want to get overused because he hasn't gotten paid yet technically. Well, he's on a cheap deal.
Speaking of getting paid, the Cubs. Does anybody have any idea what that franchise is doing?
No, they have to do something so the fan base doesn't riot.
But they were bad last year, but they weren't god awful. They won 77 games last year. They won 77 games.
September.
And in the second half of the year, they actually had a winning record. So you add Dansby and Tyone
and Bellinger.
Maybe they get slightly above 500.
Like what Steve said, that team is, if they have that good first half of the season, they can trade off guys.
Or if they have
obviously other than Swanson, but
if they have a good first half of the season, maybe they can make a run at the last wild card.
Right, you have those extra wild card spots.
The Phillies won 88 games this year?
Yeah.
Something like that. Speaking of going on big runs, Vin, Little Big League is on MLB Network.
80. Oh, I'm putting it on right now. 87 games the Phillies won last year, and they were the last wild card. So that gets you in a spot. You know, did you add an extra 10 wins with Dansby and Tyone and Bellinger? Maybe you did.
Listen, Walker, we know, has his once a month. He had his once a month blow up. But you take away the once a month blow up, and Walker was a very serviceable pitcher.
He went to the Phillies though.
Right. Then who did they sign? Didn't they get a pitcher?
Jameson Tyone.
Yeah. So even he was serviceable.
He was better. I mean, he's not going to have a bad second half, I don't think. I wish the best for Ty Walker. I like him.
I guess there goes the idea of putting the Walker tacos into the stands, huh?
Yeah, Walker was good. Good, Matt.
Man,
He had like that occasional clunker, but for the most part, he was good.
and
he was our all-star, only all-star 2 years ago. So.
By the way, my buddy's working on Citi Field. Wow. They took the entire scoreboard down in center
field.
field.
Screen's coming,
They took the whole thing down. It's all LED. You remember the bricks behind home plate?
Yeah.
On the wall?
The whole thing's LED now. The team was originally afraid that if a ball got hit back there or something, the LED would break. Nope. Cohen made the entire thing LED. He's like, whatever, if it breaks, it breaks. We'll just put a new one in.
Well, yeah, they mentioned that in the second half of the season. So
the
new screen.
The other thing they did was the luxury boxes.
Hopefully they put the numbers in order, but they're not going.
It's not happening.
That's not.
I'm sorry,
but the luxury boxes, the 300s, not the 300 seats, the luxury boxes themselves,
right?
They took out like the last 5 down right field and just turned it into like a luxury box bar for people to just go like kind of hang out pregame in if they wanted to, type of thing.
Okay.
They're putting in that whole bar in right field.
Yeah, the speakeasy. I mean, it's a good spot to finally actually have something. I sat there like once or twice, and the bar was closed. Or like the stand was closed, whatever. But yeah.
I mean, I watched. I forgot who it was. I watched one of the All-Star Game pitchers warming up from behind the thing. That was kind of cool to see. And I remember that was the point where me and my buddy, we ran back to the seats because we literally saw Rivera start stretching, and we're like, all right, back to the seats. The only part we're actually here for. Harvey start and Harvey starting Wright. And Rivera taking the field.
And David Wright. All right, you want to do the picks quick while we talk about?
The other crazy part about that is we now basically have the futures game on the roster. We have 3 guys from that futures team. From those futures
I know.
teams.
I did see Correa, Lindor, and Nimmo were all in that futures game.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And
Verlander and
Scherzer were on
Verlander were pitching on the All-Star game.
On the All-Star games. I mean, just bring Sess back, and there you go.
Home run derby champ.
Noah.
Derby champ. Noah.
Forgot about Noah.
Rafael Montero
faced Noah Syndergaard in the starting role of the futures game.
Rafael Montero is an elite relief pitcher right now.
Good for him.
Good for him. Remember, he was ahead. Remember, he was ahead of Jake.
Hilarious.
Fun little note about him. Vin and I watched him start a game in Jose Fernandez's final game at Citi Field.
Yeah, it's a sad day.
And we were so scared to be at that game.
What is Jerry's saying when he shit his pants? It's a sad day. This is a catastrophe.
It's a catastrophe.
Oh no, it's a bad day. It's a sad day.
Yeah, it's a bad day.
No, when he throws up.
This is a bad day. This is a catastrophe.
Where'd that screen just go? Oh, there it is. All right. So Bills win the division with a win.
Or Miami lost, it said.
Yeah, or Miami lost. Who's Miami playing this week?
The Packers.
The Packers.
Miami or Green Bay?
Miami, I thought. Ben, you're a
Miami.
Packer fan.
No, it's in Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, they were on the road the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Since he winning in the playoffs, which means probably a division championship next week, Jets or Jet loss. Fun fact.
I think it's happening.
There's an
What is
actual
all this
scenario.
Baltimore nonsense?
Oh my God! All right, they're not ready to make the playoffs with that.
So apparently there's an actual scenario where if I think it's Baltimore loses one more game this year, where the entire AFC North can actually make the playoffs.
I saw this. It's so complicated, though. It's like they have to win out, and a
Steelers
zillion
win
other
out.
things have to happen.
Or the Steelers need a
And the
tie.
Browns have to do something too.
Yeah,
The Steelers have to like tie the Browns.
Yeah, that's right. One have to tie.
Okay, so Baltimore's not ready to make the playoffs this week. You know what's going to happen? This one here. It's going to be what makes Baltimore make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Hey man, it could happen. Oh, what's his face is playing for the Titans this week, so it could happen.
For the Titans?
Malik
Willis.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Tannehill's done for the year.
Oh,
Terrible
I saw that.
franchise.
It's gonna be us in 2
Chargers.
years, Steve.
The Chargers can make the playoffs.
Yes, Steve.
They've been hanging around all season.
So basically, if Vegas loses, the Pats lose, and the Jets lose, Monday
Then they
Night
win.
Football turns into the Chargers clinching.
Correct.
All right. So the North is one, the West is one.
Yep.
Eagles win the division with a win. Perfect. Easy enough.
Simple.
And
I
home
think
field.
I think
And the bye.
Minshew beats them.
And the bye.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think so.
When they end up in a tie and Minnesota loses, then they'll also clinch everything.
Giants.
Yeah, don't even worry about it.
Those are okay.
Who's the-
Washington is playing,
Washington's playing San Francisco in
Right.
San Francisco.
and Seattle's playing the Chiefs. So if you win, that's a clinch.
Holy shit, that'd be nice.
I'm just telling you,
Then he's like,
because I know I need Seattle to lose too, and they're playing the Chiefs.
That'd be great Christmas.
Who are
So-
the Lions?
But
You
we're
got to beat the Vikings.
but yeah, we're not gonna be able to stop
Just
Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Panthers.
But their offensive line is so terrible, and Kadarius. I mean,
The way that
Came on
Howard
He
Thibodeau,
just
Thibodeau
had his
and-
breakout, man.
that was.
He was literally waiting to be in the lights.
It was,
Thank
that's all
God
it
we
was.
got
He was
flights.
like-
kept saying it was right there. It was right
Yeah,
there.
I've been
It was
s-
right
He,
there.
he came within the tip of his finger
Right,
about 300 times this season.
right. He finally learned. It was crazy. It was like watching OCU Manura. It was great.
Of course, we left them in the game too, but that's besides the fact.
but yeah,
shout out Saquon for turning it on in the fourth quarter and helping
Thank
me
you.
win my $200.
Yeah, that was huge. It was a great all-around win. It was. We got bailed out by the refs at the end.
Listen, at the end of the day, one, yes, they're right. That is
Pass interference.
pass interference. I'm gonna give you that.
Just
But
was.
two, I'd be more mad at the penalty that was called.
I agree.
I agree.
Right,
I
Yeah.
agree.
Because
Right.
that ref is he's pointing to the ref just
Right.
like every receiver
agree.
does.
I agree.
So we need to get a mic on that ref to see move up, move up, move up.
Right.
Because they even said it after the game. Collinsworth's like the guy had the flag in his hand the whole time he's talking to him.
He was ready to go.
He was ready to throw it. The guy just wasn't moving up.
this weekend was a very big weekend for the NFL is rigged community.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, in case you didn't know, Chris Collinsworth had a lot of money on the
Oh,
Washington to
yeah.
win that game.
Oh, my God. Oh my God.
He was like the guy was holding the flag, and then the pass that's pass interference.
But see, like, I don't get like
He needs to make up for where we don't have Michaels anymore with the
So,
over and
the
whatnot.
real question of the final play was, what did they call the illegal hands to the face with Thibodeau when he
Right,
got poked?
he got punched in the eye.
See, like that was a double no call. Like that would have been interesting to see what would have happened because he literally stopped the play. So,
But again,
I
that
don't know.
play doesn't matter.
No,
if
you're
that ref on the
no,
sideline,
of course,
because they tie the game. Well,
Of
what
course.
was it? 8 points. So
They
They
would
would've
have
had
had
to
to
get
try
two-point
the
conversion.
2-point conversion.
right. So they're
But
getting to do the 2-point conversion.
our special teams, man, holy crap, they're terrible.
Except for Graham Gano, minus Graham Gano.
Oh yeah, obviously. And the
I
punter's
have
been
faith
okay.
in Graham Gano.
Oh yeah.
Yes, especially from 58 and
I
cold weather when
want
he's
to
got the flu.
say, I really can firmly say, watching Daniel Jones's every game of Daniel Jones's career, that 97-yard drive was his best drive in his career.
Won it all time on Sunday Night Football.
That 4th and 9, I don't know what James was thinking. I'm glad that worked out, but holy shit, just him threading the needle on that pass was pretty epic. And that was before Saquon was getting going as well. So that was
right. Saquon was held in check early on, which, you know what's interesting? This conversation we had about a month ago, like the way the Giant offense worked when they were 6-1 was they were loading the box against them. So what we would do is throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're trying to run the ball with them loading the box early in the game instead of.
I also liked us going empty sets and shotgun for the most part, and giving Jones the opportunity to make the right throws on Sunday. Bobby's been Bobby and Justin, both of them actually been praying for them to do it, and it looked like they finally did.
Just letting them make the reads.
Make the reads and like having the passing game opening up the running game so you can implement the running game and have Saquon take care. The one thing with Washington I'm shocked they stopped doing was stop giving Robinson the ball. I don't understood that, but I'll take it. We had no answer for him, obviously.
He's having a hell of a.
He's a bull, and
year,
then he was shot.
I know.
That's the craziest thing about it. So he's going to be a problem for the next 5 years.
Nope, we got Rendon's official numbers, by the way. 162 over 6.
Yeah.
Full no trade. 22 this year, and then 27, 27, 27, 27, 27.
It's 27 every year because it's a $5 million signing bonus. Right. To this year. So,
okay.
27 a year.
I don't think he has an out.
It doesn't look like it.
So, yeah. Overall, obviously, we won on prime time. Huge.
Daniel Jones' first time.
Yeah. Daniel Jones' first Sunday Night Football game and primetime win. So, that was
importantly,
huge.
It was Kayvon Thibodeau's first.
And his breakout game with Kayvon. So, that was great to see.
He didn't play the Thursday night game.
Kayvon, we didn't have a Thursday game this year.
Oh no, we played Thanksgiving this year. That's right.
Yeah, so that technically,
that's a
the Monday night game. Sorry, he didn't play the Monday night
played.
Game.
I think he played, but he was just like getting like limited reps because it was like literally his first time out.
It's like a Cowboy one, right?
Yeah, I'm almost positive he was.
I think he barely played.
Yeah, I think that was just him getting his feet wet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was because he had that stupid
Yeah, he had one.
He had the shirtless vest on that night.
No outs for Carlos Rondon. Interesting. A lot of no outs in these contracts now. Christian McCaffrey, ignored from the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. I guess he wasn't a Niner long enough.
He was voted by the fans into the Pro Bowl, which means the coaches and stuff denied him.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
The only weird thing, but no one cares about offensive line. Shaq Thomas didn't get a higher alternative, but whatever. Congrats.
So many offensive linemen.
Right. So congrats to Saquon and Dexter.
I don't even who cares about Pro Bowls.
No one.
How
no one- no
excited
one-
are we about Thursday Night Football this week?
No,
It's gonna be fun to watch Zach Wilson.
I'm excited to make money because the Jaguars are going to win.
And torrential downpouring, rain and wind, so that'll be fun.
You know what's
Take the
crazy?
under.
Like 2 weeks ago, the NFL was like, crap. We really wanted that 1 versus 2 pick matchup on Thursday night. That's why we made it a Thursday night. Also, stupid idiots doing it in December. You could have done this game earlier in the year. People may have watched it.
Yeah, I don't think Zach played that terrible.
Fun fact, since it's a local game, it will be on Channel 5 tomorrow night. I just noticed that. Okay, so that's good to know for future.
Yeah, next year. I'm going Jags. We're
Me
jagging off.
Jagging off.
Is there no game on Channel 2 on Giants playing Saturday?
Everybody's playing Saturday except for one.
Sunday is Saturday.
Oh, that's right.
There's 3 Sunday games, and everybody else is Saturday.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting thing. The Giants and Vikings. CBS does have 4 o'clock. Washington, San Francisco at 4 o'clock on Channel 2. Eagles, Cowboys, of course, on Channel 5 at 4 o'clock.
It's gonna be so weird watching the Giants on a Saturday, as if it's a Sunday.
The last time,
Yeah.
I'm starting out there. The last time they played Christmas Eve was the Jet game.
Yeah, probably.
There is Red Zone on Saturday too. If you guys,
Yes, he did announce that
he
last
said
week when
that.
I got home. I put it on. He's like, "Don't worry, we got 2 days of Red Zone."
2 days. Why?
no, I think it's just Saturday. 'Cause
Yeah, it's just
Sunday,
Saturday.
everything's
Yeah.
going to be on TV on Sunday.
Yeah, it's standalone games. So
Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
yeah, me too. And Fields likes 300-pound guys on him. Pause.
You guys know that going into the weekend, the Saints could have won out and won the division.
Yeah.
The division's a disaster.
I'm going Browns. I'm changing it. They're gonna run the ball with Chubb.
Me too.
Do the Texans? Yeah, the Texans cover.
100%. There's some money making picks this week. Houston, Jags.
I don't know. They're just gonna literally feed Derrick Henry the ball.
He does destroy the Texans. That's a good point. I don't think it's gonna be.
I'm gonna go Tennessee in this game.
I don't think it's gonna be by. I think it's gonna be by a touchdown though.
Damn it! I should have took the Knicks live.
Oh, they came back.
Yeah, they're down 1 with 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Did the Warriors catch up yet?
I haven't watched. I haven't.
143 to 109 with a minute left.
Wow.
They caught up a little bit. Well, they kept pace at least.
143 minus 91.
At least
Good for them, only holding them to 52 points so far in the second
Knicks
half.
held them to under 100, so we're better.
Do you know that Geno Smith leads the NFC in passing touchdowns?
Did you know Geno Smith is voted the starting quarterback in the NFC?
That's because he has the most passing touchdowns in the NFC.
What a world.
If you look at the list, because like when I was looking at the stats before I looked at it, he's 1, Rodgers is 2, but they're like 5th and 12th in the league. Like everybody else in the AFC. It's ridiculous.
I'm going Seahawks. The Kansas City just never covers for whatever weird reason. So
yeah, I'm going to Chiefs. I think they're gonna get right this week.
Eagles with 6 guys. Of course. Best team. You always get the most guys when you got the best team. Jalen, Geno, Cousins are the quarterbacks for the NFC.
right. No arguments there.
Which makes sense.
And, well, never mind. I was going to say, aren't they not doing like an actual...
They're
It's
doing
like
skills competition.
Yeah, skills and flag football. Like 7-on-7. So it's really pointless to have any sort of...
I'm going to go Seahawks to cover. Giants to win.
Giants to win.
I'm taking the Vikings.
We're totally hitting a 50-yard field goal to win this game. We're going to win by 30.
The Vikings play down to literally everyone, and they came back from the craziest comeback.
I think they're You guys do realize that literally the Colts had their heads hang low, and then the Pats were like, "Wait, hold our beers."
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I was putting
RJ
my son down to bed, and then my phone went off like crazy. I'm like, what is going on? And
Like,
then
how
I saw her. I was like, oh,
stupid can you be? And
That-
you threw it
that-
to McCorkle.
that was the dumbest play I've ever seen.
This is something we need to have like a referendum on in general. Throwing the ball to the quarterback in a normal lateral play when you need it is the dumbest thing. It makes
Unless it's like
no
Jalen
sense
Hurts
to
or
me.
Justin Fields.
Sure,
or
perfect.
Lamar Jackson.
Right,
Hell,
when
even
they-
Daniel
Mahomes.
Jones,
Even
Mahomes.
Mahomes, even if they
I'll give Mahomes
Josh
the ball in
Allen.
the
But
open field.
there's very clearly times where they try to I guess they're trying to set up to get it to the quarterback for them to set up blocks and throw it across the field, but it just never works.
I do like it when the offensive lineman guys get in. They're just like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do
What
with
do I
this?
do?
What the fuck you expect me to do here,
Like
buddy?"
when they gave Billy Bob the ball at the end of Varsity Blues.
Billy Bob.
Well, he made the right play. He made the lateral to the fast guy.
No,
He ran the
the
touch.
fast guy made the lateral to him, and then
Oh, that's
he
right.
scored a touchdown.
See, that's what everyone's trying to do. They're thinking, all we gotta do is lateral to the fat guy.
Hook and ladder.
There's no way the Patriots bounce back from that.
I'm
You
thinking
think Robert Kraft went to Bill and was like, "Do you have any idea what just happened? Like, you in control there?
Are you doing this on purpose? Is there a plan here, Bill?
Is it safe to say Matt Patricia may not actually have a job next year because of this?
It might be.
Because there's actually like a camera angle where if you actually look at it, he's yelling something.
Lateral? He should be yelling to go at. If I was Matt Patricia,
Go
and
down.
I
Yell
would
to go down.
tackle him. I would tackle. I would knock him over myself. I mean, I think I blame Stevenson the most because he's like I feel like once you start it, it's everybody just like all right. I guess we're going laterals. He's just got to go down. Whatever, slide.
Whatever.
Or, just get tackled.
Shout
whatever.
out to him for getting those yards because he didn't lose yards by making the lateral.
He didn't. You're right. He
Help
didn't.
me blow out Danny.
I mean, and just Mac Jones getting absolutely put through the center of the earth.
And shout out Darren Waller for getting that one touchdown because I would have literally been so mad because I picked up the Saints tight end like the day before and the guy had 2 touchdowns. And they pulled him out like 10 minutes before kickoff.
Let's keep going here.
All right, I'm going Bengals. I am going Lions.
Yeah, I went Bengals. I'm definitely going Lions here.
Lions is another pick to make some money this week, man.
Lions are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, they are.
Yep. I'm going
Falcons.
Hold on, what's is Lamar back?
No. Lamar
no,
did
but
not
also
practice.
what's his fluff is playing for the Falcons. Ritter.
8 points is a lot.
I know. I don't think they can cover. Like, they look like shit against the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going.
Hetley.
Hunley,
Hetley is questionable.
Yeah, something. I think he was questionable last week.
All right, so I'm going Falcons just to be safe.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna go shut the Knicks off.
They lost.
4 points.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet just hit a 3.
All right, I'm gonna go Falcons to cover. I just don't trust.
Same. I'm going Washington to cover.
I'm going Niners.
Is Brock Purdy playing?
Yeah.
Better be. I picked him up in fantasy.
I'm gonna take the
Who
Niners.
else would be playing, Ben?
I don't know. He was banged up though.
He was banged up too last week.
Okay, so they're gonna
banged up.
He's just picking peanut vendors out of the stands to play quarterback. It doesn't matter.
He was actually a good college quarterback, though.
Okay. This is quarterbacks with him is like running backs with his dad. He just, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And they're just
By the way, Tay Crowder is signing back with the Giants practice squad, by the way.
Not surprised.
So he bitched to get out, and then he signed a practice squad contract?
He got freed.
He got freed to the practice squad.
He got freed for less money. Great. Nice job, guy.
Well, he was already making minimum anyway. He was the last
on the
pick
practice
in the
squad,
draft.
you make less than minimum.
Right.
I'm taking the Cowboys. Fuck Gardner Minshew. Not fuck. I like Gardner Minshew, but
no, he's doing it for Coach Leach.
Crap.
Fuck.
I
I'm
mean,
still picking the Cowboys. You didn't tell me it was a dead coach game, Danny. Jesus Christ.
Come on, Gardner Minshew is 100% playing for Coach Leach.
I didn't
yeah,
know.
he literally was up there at the memorial, like spitting tobacco and cursing.
So that's so Mike Leach.
I mean,
I'm taking the Steelers.
This is a dead game, so you have to put all your money on the Steelers.
Like you're literally
I'm
retiring a
taking
guy who
Vegas.
died like 3 days before.
Oh shit! The dead game. Damn it!
Yeah, it's a dead
Gotta
game,
take
man.
'em.
You can't not take them in a
No,
dead
you
game.
can't not take them in a dead game. Damn
And they're home.
it. Shit.
They are blasting sticks. Like that's gonna be like the craziest stick version, other than like an AFC Championship game.
You know what's going to happen? Some weird reception is going to hahappen in this
Oh
game,
yeah,
'cause
well,
the 50
it's gonna be the Raiders. Raiders.
Something's going to happen against the Raiders again because it's the Raiders.
The Raiders are gonna Raider.
Yeah, they're gonna give up a fumble back or something.
Oh, this is bad.
Jesus, why did that 3 not count, Danny?
What happened?
He hit a 3 and apparently didn't count. I guess they called the blue whistle already.
I wasn't paying attention.
All right.
I don't have the volume on either. So.
I am taking.
Tyreek Hill's going off.
They're due and they're home.
I know.
Tyreek Hill is going to be like, "Oh, look what I could do." Okay, good job, Randall. You
So-
kinda just
You can't bet against them.
Poor NBA. They're like, oh, it's Christmas Day. This is our day of the year every year. Nope, NFL 3 games.
But they're not. They're 3. I mean,
They're
our
3.
game should be pretty good.
It's 3 meh games, obviously.
But the Bronco Ram game, nobody's gonna give a shit about.
Oh no.
So let's see. At 1:00, you will be going against the Knicks 76ers
Oh, yep.
and the Lakers Mavericks. The Broncos Rams game is going against the Bucks and Celtics. This is going to be good.
Ooh.
And
I'll
also
get-
the Grizzlies and the Warriors. That all depends on if Curry comes back in
Steph
place.
and, yeah, those guys.
And then that game is at 8, which is going against McSorley and Brady. You know, I take the Rams because the Broncos are terrible. Taking the Bucks. Taking the Bucks. Oh, and the late Christmas basketball game is Suns Nuggets.
Ooh. That's the best game.
I'm also taking the Bucks.
And I'm
the
taking the Chargers.
Ooh, Nick Foles though.
I don't care.
He might nick.
He's not an Eagle anymore.
He might Nick Foles.
You guys
his
watch
way
that
into
TikTok
this
I
one.
sent you?
Yeah.
The Foles curse?
Yep.
Yes.
He's like a cockroach.
He might Nick Foles his way into one. You never know.
As long as it's not against the Giants when we're in a must-win situation.
Yeah.
Spread on this game is 46 points. When the hell did they get 46 points?
Um.
Oh, the Colts technically did put up 36 last week, right?
Right.
So somebody posted.
They put up 36 and lost.
There's been a lot of We Deserve Steve Cohen lineups being posted around. The one that was against the Marlins from 2021, where it's VR, Lindor, Cameron Maben, Dom, Tomas Nito, and then Khalil Lee and Josani Fargas and people that don't exist anymore. There's one from 2010, opening day. This is everybody's healthy opening day. Alex Cora is playing shortstop. Castillo's at second. Wright's at third. Mike Jacobs is at first. This is 2010 Mike Jacobs, not 2006 Mike Jacobs.
Oh my goodness.
Jason Bay hitting fifth. Gary Matthews Jr., the starting center fielder. Frank Cora in right. Rod Barajas behind the plate, and Johan's on the mound. They won this baseball game, by the way.
I remember how excited I was when we got Gary Matthews Jr. I was like, yeah.
Gary Matthews Jr.
And then I realized that we didn't pay him any money
Frenchie.
and we cut him a week later.
Alex Cora. What
Ugh.
time to be alive.
What a life we used to live.
Really. We're here, boys, though. We made it.
Isn't it funny? Like I was talking to my friend today, I was like, "It's just the Wilpons still own this team."
Honestly,
Conforto
I
would have had a
don't.
5-year deal right now.
Oh,
Conforto
he'd
would
still
have had
be
a
on the
5-year
team for
deal.
sure.
No, Zach Wheeler would be on the team still.
No, Wheeler wouldn't have been on the
No,
team. He left
Wheeler
when they
was
were
already
still
gone.
owning it.
Conforto would still be on the team.
No, I know, but I think if Cohen owned us the year
Oh,
before, he
sure.
would still be on the team.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
fine, yeah,
We're saying if the Wilpons still owned them today,
Oh, Conforto
Yeah.
would still. That would be our big
Conforto,
three. You're
they
right.
wouldn't have Lindor. Pete would have probably been traded by now.
it
No,
would
we
have been
would
like, wait, McNeil would have been traded, and he just won a batting title.
They
Can't keep
almost-
that guy around.
no.
They almost traded him for fucking Robinson Cano.
Yeah, that was close. That was really
I don't
close.
know.
Oh man. Thank
Whatever.
God we
When the
didn't-
bought when the bought
That-
World Series team and the homegrown Seattle Mariners are playing in the World Series, we'll look
Right.
back at that trade.
all we need is one, Steve. One. More would
You know
be
what's- you know what I was
obviously
thinking about
perfect,
this?
but
All
one.
those years of us saying how the Yankees bought all those World Series.
Oh, I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I'll make a shirt in Mets writing that says I'm a hypocrite. I don't give a shit.
But we never really meant it. We meant it because
No.
we were jealous.
We meant it because we were exhausted.
We had the Wilpons.
Tired people. Do you guys? I've seen this around, and like Danny's saying, we only need one. Do you honestly think your like sports fandom would like take a step back if you got the one?
No.
No,
No.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
No, I've seen people say like, if I'll just get one and then like, I'm good.
I think my anger would
Yeah,
definitely
the lows would not be as low. I'm not sure if the highs would be as high though. You
the
know,
amount of stress and like anger and sadness this team has cost me,
right?
like I think all that would be gone.
I hope so.
I don't think
Like
so.
if we won one, I think it wouldn't completely go away, but it would definitely subside. That's a lot.
I hope so. All right.
I was looking to see if any of the covers of the newspapers are out yet, but it doesn't look like it. It'll be interesting to see. Does Correa make the cover? Or does
Well, we didn't
Aaron
even
Judge
mention
getting
that.
the captain?
Yeah,
Fucking
that
Judge.
congratulations to Judge.
It'll be I think Correa gets the cover, but it'll be maybe a split.
It may be a dual cover.
Yeah, it could be a split with some New York, I don't know, Big Apple news pun. I don't know.
This is why we don't get paid the big bucks to figure out what
Correct.
the cover of the
This is why
newspapers
we're
are.
not headline writers. You can't come
But
up with
with
puns
that
on
being
the spot.
said, everybody, happy holidays. We will be back after the new year. So enjoy your Christmas, your Hanukkah, your Kwanzaa. Did I miss any?
No. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
See you
that's
in 2023.
Happy, healthy
when
New
the
Year,
Giants-
everybody.
When the Giants
We'll talk to
advance
you
to the
guys.
playoffs. Hopefully.
We'll talk to you in 2023.